We, I always said if it's closer to, than 100 kilometers, then I'll consider farming because you've got to be close to your stuff. But nevertheless, we bought the farm with 36 hectares of wine grapes in place and also livestock. We subsequently in 2018 planted another 8 hectares of, sorry, it was 38. We planted another 8 hectares of Sauvignon Blanc, and we'll get down to that detail just now. But so the farm has been in an evolving situation all the time, which we obviously embrace because a farm that just lies is not worth a lot. And fortunately, there are a lot of opportunities for us now these days. But yeah, so before we had farm managers, I took over myself 2 years ago. So I'm involved with the day-to-day farming as well, with Audie, my farm manager or head man. And what we do is we farm 46 hectares of wine grapes. Essentially, we are wine grape growers. And we farm Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Shiraz. Those are the only 3 varieties. We sell about more than 90% of it to 3 sellers, amongst them Boland Cellar. We also sell to Origin Wines, which is the premium side is La Grande Domaine, which is just on the other side of Devon Valley. And then we also sell to Montrechal in Franschhoek. So those are the 3 buyers of all our grapes. And when it leaves us, it's basically a done deal. But 10% of, or actually a bit less, about 30,000 bottles come back to us in the form of wine, which Boland Cellar majorly produces for us, and then Origin Wine also produces the some rosé for us. And that's our business in terms of wine and wine grapes. When I bought the farm, I always thought, it'd be nice to be able to provide something that we produce here, and in terms of a wine. So we don't have a cellar. I don't anticipate to even buy or build a cellar on the farm, because it's really just another expense, and for us it's not worthwhile. We'd rather put our focus onto the hospitality side, and that's the other part of the business. We basically have the 2 houses, the cottage and also the main house here, sleeps 15 and 8 people, respectively. We're also in the process of going to put up some more accommodation through chalets, which we've got Swartland's permission already. That will probably happen in the next year to 2 years. We've already identified the spots, actually right down here and also around here. And then, of course, weddings. We drive this business hard on weddings and functions too. We converted the old shed when we brought it from Alex Versveld around 2019, 2020, and then 21 we had our first wedding there. So that's a driving force for us. And then, of course, functions all the time. That's the other thing that we do. But yeah, the whole atmosphere, the idea is to really give something to our customers that we have the privilege of having on this farm. And it's really a beautiful farm. Nature-wise, there is actually so much to do once we've developed it. But the bird life is brilliant here. I just mentioned that there's fishing here too. But then, of course, the flowers. I mean, the flowers is really what this farm and this area is built around. As a matter of interest, let's go on to the wines. Alex Versveld was the first to plant Sauvignon Blanc in this area, and in 1988 he planted the first Sauvignon Blanc vine on this farm. So we are quite well known for our Sauvignon Blanc because we're in close proximity to the sea, and it does extremely well. We need those cold units to make it so successful. Sauvignon Blanc loves cold units, and simply because it then really generates good flavors, and it's possible to keep them intact for longer. So let's start off with the rosé. As we go along, please ask questions. Don't despair. Yeah, I think the whole idea was to get conversation going. But as we discuss the wines, let's get something that might be of interest to you. So rosé is produced. Yes.
Ja, ek wil vra vir my die rosé dan doen ek hier rustig bekorder.
Okay. Yeah, so rosé was not on the map for us at first. Debbie Thompson from Origin Wines is the winemaker who makes this rosé for us. But 2 years ago we indulged. We said, okay, let's go for a rosé. We need a pre-drink almost, It comes from our Shiraz, 55%, and then 45% Claret Blanche, which is not the only variety not from the farm, which really the reason is it just blends so well with the Shiraz. So a nice dry rosé, of course, 3% sugar, but a nice color, rose gold. That's what we wanted to have, and yeah, just a lovely wine to drink during the day on a hot day. But when you have a good piece of salmon tonight, it really pays as well. So yeah, you can try that, and we're going to launch the 26 in about a month's time. So we're just busy finishing the 25.
Oh, this is nice.